Okay, thank you very much, Justin, for joining us this afternoon. We're going to have various media members asking you questions. I'll introduce them by their name and media outlet, and we're going to start off with Jeremy Birmingham from Letterman Row.
Hey, Justin, kind of a big picture question. How has Ryan Day changed you as a football player?
I think, of course, he's gotten me smarter in terms of knowing the game of football. But I think, the most important thing he's done to kind of just change my whole outlook on football, he just really just, he's really into the process and kind of howling on that. And he's really, I think one of the biggest things I've learned from him is the difference between talent and skill. A lot of people are talented, but I think it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to develop skills. So that's one thing I'll take from Coach Day that I've learned.
Thanks, man.
Next up is Ralph Russo from the Associated Press.
Hey, Justin. With all that's gone on this year with the restrictions, the protocols for COVID, what in particular maybe have you missed? Something that was taken away from like the daily routine of life, maybe not just on the football field, that you're sort of looking forward to get back to, or that was particularly difficult to deal with throughout this whole ordeal?
Really just normal life. I mean, maybe just going to the store without a mask on, or playing with fans. I mean, it's a lot of stuff, that I miss. But of course, it's been a crazy year for everybody. So I'm just glad it's almost over and we're getting through it. So yeah.
We'll go to Bill Landis from The Athletic.
Hey, Justin. What is the key for any quarterback, I guess, when you're playing against a defense that's going to try to confuse you by showing you something pre-snap and then rotating to something else post-snap? It seems like a lot of teams have been doing that to you guys. Just as your job as a quarterback, how do you handle that and process that?
You just have to, stick to your reads and stick to what you learn in practice. Of course, you have to have a read key before the play and just see what that read key does on that certain play. So if he rotates to the middle or if he comes down in rotation, you just have to see that. And just pretty much go through your reads and stay calm in the pocket and just make plays under pressure.
Next is Tony Gerdeman from Buckeye Scoop.
Justin, it looks like you guys will have Chris Olave back. How good does that feel, and what do you miss when he's not there?
Yeah, I mean, I just miss Chris being out on the field. He's a great leader for the receivers. Of course, he's a great player. So I think having him back, will make our offense better as a whole. I think me and Chris have a great chemistry on the field. So just having him back out there will definitely improve our offense a lot.
We'll now go to Stephen Means from Cleveland.com.
Hey, Justin, when you watch the film on this Clemson defensive line specifically the interior defensive line, what kind of stands out, makes them unique in comparison to some of the other lines you faced this year?
Yeah, they're great athletes, big and physical, and they know how to get to the quarterback.
We'll go to Spencer Holbrook from Letterman Row.
Justin, I know you've talked about how you trust Julian throughout the season, but when you miss a guy like Chris and you start to go to Julian a little more, have you found a new way to kind of get him incorporated in the offense? Did you find a little bit more trust in him when you had to rely on him with Chris out?
I really had no choice, to be honest with you. He had to step up in a big game, and I think he did a pretty good job of that. At the end of the day, if you don't trust your teammates, you really have no chance of winning. So I had no choice but to put my trust in Julian. And of course, he's a great player. He's young, but he's smart, fast, and physical. So I think the sky's the limit for him if he just keeps on working.
We'll go to Patrick Murphy from 24/7 Sports.
Justin, what would you say is the biggest thing you learned from playing not only Clemson, but playing on this stage and in this basically the same game last year?
The biggest thing that I've learned, just playing on a big stage like this is that one play can change the whole game. So whatever that play may be, last year was the targeting call on Sean Wade. I think, from that point on, the momentum just changed. So really just play your hardest on each and every play, and just one play can change the whole outlook of the whole game. So. Yeah.
Next is Joey Kaufman from the Columbus Dispatch.
Justin, you said you're kind of looking back at the last Big Ten title game. Your thumb was hurting you toward the end of that game. You said it was killing you to throw the ball. How has it felt in a week or so since your last game?
I'll be good by Friday night. Play.
We'll go to Zachary Brazeler from the New York Post.
Justin, you mentioned the target call last year and how that changed the game. How much have you guys been hoping and looking forward to getting another chance at Clemson? And what is your motivation going to be like Friday night?
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, that game hurt us a lot last year. So that's kind of been our whole motivation this whole offseason, you know, just getting a chance to play those guys again and getting this opportunity. Of course, we know Clemson's a great team. They have a great coach staff, great players. So we're just excited to be on the stage with them and just get another chance to play those guys.
Next is Brendan Gulick from Buckeyes Now.
Hey, Justin, every year is a little bit different. Every team's a little bit different. And while the comparisons are natural because you guys played these guys last year, I'm curious if you see any specific differences in the way Clemson's defense tries to attack you this year.
Not really any necessarily differences. Of course, they lost a few guys on defense, like Isaiah Simmons, Tanner Muse. So a few guys on the back end, and then but they also got some new D linemen who are freshmen who I think are playing very well this year. So schematically, they do a lot on defense, but I don't really see them, just changing a lot.
Our next question's from Tim May.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Justin, as you look at their defense, who just, Isaiah Simmons kind of jumped out at people last year. I think when you watched the video, he's all over the place. Is there somebody on the defense that definitely catches your eye as you watch them on video?
I think they have great players all over the field. So, yeah.
And when you think about a Brent Venables defense, what comes to mind? I mean, what do you have to expect the unexpected? What's sort of your thought pattern there?
Yeah, like I said before, they do a lot of stuff on defense, and Brent Venables, he's a great defensive coordinator. So we just gotta come out there and come prepared and execute on the field.
We'll go to Nathan Baird from Cleveland.com.
Justin, sort of following up on that topic, you've talked before, I think even in this conversation about kind of enjoying the intellectual side of football. How much do you look forward to yourself and Coach Day, I guess, getting together and having kind of this intellectual matchup with someone like Brent Venables and the kind of defenses he's been able to put together at Clemson?
Like I said before, we know what we're up against. We played these guys last year. We're a motivated team, and we'll be ready to go by Friday. I don't really think I need to elaborate on that. We're just ready to go.
Next up is Steve Hellwagon from Bucknuts Media.
Hey, Justin. Last year in this game against Clemson, you guys weren't able to punch it in a couple times down in the red zone. Same problem against Northwestern, at least early on. What are you guys doing to concentrate on that and get 7 instead of 3?
It just comes down to executing on all cylinders, from the O-line to the receivers to me to the running back. So I think if everybody executes on our side of the ball, then we'll be fine punching the ball in the end zone.
Next up is Doug Lemeray from Cleveland.com.
So good the first 3 games of the year, and then you guys hit this stretch where you had a canceled game, then you played. I know you didn't play the way you wanted to necessarily against Northwestern, probably the second half of Indiana. How do you feel right now? Are you frustrated? Are you mad? Do you feel good, like you're on track? Just how do you feel about your play at the moment?
To be honest, I feel like everything happens for a reason. So, I think, what happened those games and me not playing as well as I wanted to, maybe God was sending me a message that I need to do more, work harder. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as a challenge. So, for this game, I've been preparing my butt off. I haven't prepared like this, the whole season. So, maybe I played the way I did, because God was just trying to tell me for this game that, you need to lock in this game. You need to prepare for the game. So I'm not necessarily mad at the way I play. Of course, I was mad after the game, but now I'm just motivated.
Next up is Bill Rabinowitz from Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, Justin, Doug kind of asked that question. You're the kind of guy who doesn't get fazed by things, but I would imagine you have extra motivation because of the way you've played against Northwestern and even Indiana. How important is this game for you to play the way that you know that you're capable of?
I think it's very important. Of course, it's the playoffs. Every team in the country wants to be in the spot we're in right now. So, we just have to take advantage of this opportunity that we have and, make the most out of it. So I know all of my teammates are motivated and I know all of my teammates are ready to go.
We have time for one final question. It'll be from Clay Hall from WSYX.
Hey, Justin, how's Uno doing?
He's doing good. He's doing good.
What kind of message do you think Trey Sermon's 331 yards sends to Clemson?
What kind of message do I think?
I mean, do they now have to be more concerned with what your backfield can do?
I mean, I hope they'd be. I mean, if they don't, then I hope my boy Trey runs for another 300. But of course, their defense saw that he ran, so I think they're gonna take into account that of course a great running back. We have a lot of great running backs here, but Trey went off last game, so I just hope he gets a chance to do it again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, Justin. You can go ahead and head back for preparations. We look forward to seeing you in New Orleans in a few days.
Appreciate it.